Alright, y'all, welcome back to another one. Today, we about to be reacting to a college growth video. It's called, they said it was an accident, but was it really? Before we get into the video, make sure y'all hit the notification and subscribe. Let's go ahead and check this video out.
If you've seen the 1996 film Celtic Pride, then you would know that it's basically about two crazy fans who hatch an elaborate scheme to sabotage the best player on the Utah Jazz, who happen to be destroying their Celtics in the NBA Finals by purposely getting him drunk at a nightclub before one of the games, so that he would become too hungover to perform for his team. And they even go as far as to kidnap the guy and hold him captive so he physically can't play in the finals, therefore making it easier on the Celtics. Now maybe it's just me, but it looks like someone must have taken a page out of this movie and tried to sabotage Michael Jordan in the 1997 NBA Finals. Obviously not the kidnapping part, but you know what I mean. This movie only came out 1 year before the quote-unquote flu game. So this makes me wonder if someone got inspired by this. I find it kind of strange how the Utah Jazz were involved in both the movie and in real life. Basically, in this video, you're about to hear 3 stories, or if you want to say conspiracy theories, where it looked like a player was targeted. Let's get into it. On the day of July 18th, 2021, literally not even a month ago, Ray Allen was involved in a scary bike accident near his house after riding over a tree branch that was in the road. While distracted by a vehicle, he sustained multiple injuries and took to Instagram to share with us what happened. Quote, "As I approached the end of my bike ride, I was cruising through my neighborhood and a car pulled up slowly behind me. I sped up to get out of the way. As I looked back behind me, the car was gone. But the minute I turned my head back to what was in front of me, it was too late. I ran over a tree branch that was in the road, and my front wheel went haywire and threw me from the bike. I landed on my face, shoulder, and hip." He would go on to say that he was forced to walk the rest of the way home while in complete shock of what just happened, and that he almost passed out when he got home. Now, at face value, it just seemed like an innocent accident, but what if it wasn't as random as it appeared? Let's take a look at this 2019 State Farm commercial once again, shall we? Yeah, I know if you watched my last video, then you're probably sick and tired of me bringing this up, but I'm starting to think that this commercial
you want to be tired of if you a Suns fan
is a rich source of warning signs. During this video, I told you to look in the background for a specific reason involving the jerseys hanging up on the wall. But I should have also told you to look at the left side of this frame as well. Do you guys see the bicycles that are mounted on the wall? Now remember, Ray Allen was riding a bicycle during his accident. And what else did he say was involved? None other than a car. Okay, so you're probably thinking, what does that have to do with Ray Allen? Well, if you think about it, what was the first team he was ever on? The Bucks. Also, this accident went down when the Milwaukee Bucks were in the middle of the NBA Finals, almost like it was supposed to all along. I think this is absolutely crazy, but if that's too supernatural or far-fetched for your taste, then should we consider that maybe it was his former stalker who tried to take him out? Yeah, if you didn't know already, Allen was a victim of catfishing not too long ago by a man who posed as a woman. And when Allen found out that he was pretending to be a woman, he immediately cut ties with the catfish. But apparently the man wasn't too happy about that and would go on to make Ray Allen's life as miserable as possible. So this raises the question, could this scorned lover have been the person behind the wheel? Once again, Allen said that the car mysteriously disappeared. So that meant that the person didn't even stop to see if he was okay. And could it be because maybe the person didn't care if he was okay? Now to me, that only points to one explanation, or two if you're into that sort of stuff. Next, we're gonna dive into Game 1 of the 2014 NBA Finals between the San Antonio Spurs and the
How y'all
Miami
feel
Heat,
about that first? I don't
aka
know.
the Cramp Game. They were going back and forth all night and remained a relatively close and pretty even game. But then, let's just say the Spurs obtained a huge advantage. The air conditioner in the AT&T Center apparently broke, which was bad
Yeah, I remember
news for
this.
everyone in the building, as temperatures soared to over 90 degrees. But it was really bad news for LeBron, who had a history of severe cramping. In fact, it was said that the Heat had always made sure to keep their arena on the cooler side, specifically for LeBron James. Once again, the intense heat did affect everybody, but it looked like it affected LeBron the most. The rising temperatures eventually became so overwhelming by the fourth quarter,
That boy
causing
LeBron gotta be
LeBron's
carrying.
cramps to become so
You
unbearable,
doing too much. You
forcing
sweating a
him
lot.
to head to the
So you gonna be
bench,
feeling that
and
muscle. You big
unfortunately
too.
had to sit out the final 4 minutes of the game,
big and you
leaving the
moving
door
all
wide
that type
open
of
for the
weight.
Spurs to take
You
over.
they need you to be
It
scoring.
sucked because just as things were getting interesting, LeBron just couldn't go any longer. It was looking like there was gonna be an epic finish to the game, but instead, San Antonio went on a huge run to secure Game 1. Now you know there was gonna be some people out there who thought that the AC randomly going out was very suspicious. Many thought that someone had to have intentionally gone out of their way to sabotage the air conditioner, knowing that it would directly affect LeBron James. I mean, DJ Khaled certainly thought so.
Going to this,
You're going to win it in San
Going
Antonio.
to San Antonio where they turned the AC off. They won that one game because they were cheaters. See, they got to win. Hold on, listen. They won, but they cheated.
Do you know that for a fact?
Of course I do.
Oh, okay.
Of course
Who's
I
your
do.
source on that?
No, it's the streets.
And unsurprisingly, Chuck
No,
just
Skip
blamed
ain't going.
the women of
He
San
ain't trying to hear that.
These like, them old big old women sucked all the air out of the arena and had it hot in there.
There it is.
On a more serious note, people actually did think that maybe Greg Popovich had something to do with it. Just think about it. He more than likely knew that his players would not be affected by the heat, because after all, most of them had international experience, which meant that they had more experience in tough environments. Here's what Tim Duncan had to say after the game.
Yeah.
I don't think I've played in anything like this since I left the Virgin Islands. It was pretty bad out there. Tony Parker said, "We never have AC in Europe, so it didn't bother me at all." And Manu Ginobili simply said, "It was not a big deal." I mean, one of the
Man, it's
greatest
possible.
coaches of all time, Red Auerbach,
Y'all can't tell me
used
that
to do
ain't
some
suspicious,
crazy
though.
things
Y'all can't say
himself
it
to gain
ain't.
a competitive advantage. There were stories
Like, this
of
is
him
crazy,
playing
though.
around with the conditions of the visiting locker room. So this theory is not totally out of the realm of possibility. Also, believe it or not, there was speculation that maybe Gatorade was behind it all. Because if you recall, James endorsed Gatorade's rival Powerade at the time, and LeBron's dehydration and subsequent exit was a disastrous PR moment for the sports drink. After the game, Gatorade decided to crack a few jokes on social media. Quote, "The person cramping wasn't our client. Our athletes can take the heat. We were waiting on the sidelines, but he prefers to drink something else." And here was LeBron's response: "I don't care about that drink group. I'm not even going to say their name." But this theory was quickly thrown out the window, because it turns out that although LeBron endorsed Powerade, he still drank Gatorade during those games because it was the official NBA sponsor. All in all, that Game 1 loss quite possibly could have went very differently if the air conditioner didn't malfunction, and it probably changed the course of the entire series. This mystery remains unsolved. When Kobe Bryant signed with
That's
Nike in
crazy.
the year 2003,
Y'all
it was
let
like
me
a
know what y'all
match
think
made
on
in
that.
heaven. Both
I think
sides brought a
somebody
lot.
did. Somebody had to have done something. There ain't no way you just all of a sudden ain't no coincidence that just happened right there. Y'all can't say what.
table, as
Somebody
Bryant
done something.
helped solidify Nike's dominance in the market for basketball sneakers. Their marriage lasted for 17 years, so in Nike's head, there was no reason to think it would end anytime soon. But it turns out that literally a month before Kobe's untimely death, Kobe actually planned on ending his 17-year relationship with the company. That's right, before his passing, he reportedly wanted to leave Nike and start his own brand of sneakers called Mamba. Now, this brand was basically gonna be player-owned, an independent sneaker brand. And with Kobe obviously being who he was, would have easily been able to sign a lot of the top athletes in the league. This shocking information
That whole
came to
bunch.
light when entrepreneur Shervin Pichevar revealed that he had met with Bryant in December of 2019 to discuss plans for the new company. Here's the tweet that was posted in December of 2020. I met with Kobe Bryant in late December 2019. Kobe wasn't happy with Nike and was going to leave it in 2020. Kobe was going to start Mamba, a shoe company owned by players. He passed away weeks later. What he was going to do in business was going to eclipse his sports career. When it comes to this,
He was going to do it. Kobe had so much stuff that he got after his career that he was going to do. The man had too much stuff that he was going to be able to do after the career, and it's
whole
just sad.
situation, the timing was kinda alarming if you ask me. I mean, just a month
That's
later
crazy.
after that meeting, he
This man
passes
had-
away, which meant two things.
This man was getting
One,
to a whole bunch of
his
things
fallout with Nike
after
never
what he
occurred,
done.
and two, his brand therefore was never created. How convenient that when Nike got word that they would potentially be losing one of their biggest names to start his own brand, he passes away shortly after? Once again, the timing just doesn't sit well with
What
me
y'all
at
think
all.
about that?
So those were 3 times where it seemed like someone was out to get them. Make sure to comment down below some other examples that come to your mind. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Hey, y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.